Radio with LaShonda Oates Millsap. I am so happy to be here with you today. I am feeling very blessed today. Our show is airing in countries. I have two fabulous guests, and it is just a blessing to be here. The goal of our show is to inspire and uplift others and encourage others to pursue their hopes, their dreams, and their aspirations. I have two guests. The first guest will be April Mahoney. She is a radio show host. She's out of Los Angeles, California. She's an accomplished author published in the International Library of Poetry. I don't know how to say that, but she is the winner of several radio and printout contests. April is a self-published and authored of three fantastic books, Small Statements That Mean a Lot, Utter Magic, and Rico, the Seagull, Making the Best Out of a Mess. Miss Mahoney is a host of a weekly blog talk radio show On the Edge with April Mahoney, and she is the founder of A Good Person Productions. April produces shows, community events, and also performs spoken word poetry in a variety of venues throughout the country, and she is just a phenomenal person. She is a former chapter president of Toastmasters International, and she delivers hundreds of motivational speeches and presentations. She is absolutely phenomenal, and she is definitely a motivator. Miss April Mahoney, are you here with me tonight?
I am here in full effect. Girl, I didn't know who you was reading. Was you reading my bio?
Yes!
Hi, thank you so much, LaShonda, for having me on the show. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Now, there was your wonderful introduction. Is there anything that I missed?
I guess the fact that I just try to keep it 100 and I try to be a good person,
Yes.
And that's where you show up in the world and be authentic. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. And let me mention one more thing. My other guest will be Judith Cave. She is a chef, and she is the owner of Let Me Cater to You. And she will be on the second half of our show at around 7:30. And so, listeners, if you can tune in and listen to that wonderful young lady, she will bless your ears with some wonderful information and drop some science on you about being an entrepreneur. That would be wonderful if you could tune in. So, April, let's get back to you.
All right.
Okay, so you are out of Los Angeles, California, or you're a native of Los Angeles, but
native
you live
of Los Angeles. I live in San Diego. Yeah.
San Diego. Okay. And tell me, is there anything that I have left out that you want the radio audience to know about?
Yeah, again, I would love for them to tune in to On the Edge with April Mahoney on Blog Talk Radio. That is a place where the conversation is pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. We really brush the show with a broad stroke, and we cover everything from, apples to oranges. But we leave out politics and celebrity gossip because it's really, it makes me physically ill, first of all, And so the celebrity gossip, I do a lot of work with celebrities, and I want to show up in the world as their friend. I don't want to always be snapping their picture or telling their business. That's not real. That's not authentic. So I want to be a good person. And that's where my show came from. My business is A Good Person Productions. And the show is On the Edge. And I named it On the Edge because I'm talking to people that I want to be sharp and edgy and pointed and, right at the beginning of something wonderful. And I call my listeners brains for a very specific reason, and that's because I'm talking to smart people. And when I talk to you, I want to speak into the place where you edit, you filter, you process, and you recall information. And where's that? In the brain. So that's really kind of my focus. And with regards to being an entrepreneur, I give information on everything, how to network, how to make $1 out of 15 cents, how to get your contracts in order. If you are a coach, we provide radio information for people that are coaches, and then you can identify if you're not coachable, So it's a lot of things. I come from a lot of experience in corporate America. I can't tell you when's the last time I had a corporate check, but I can tell you from being an employee. But being an entrepreneur, that's a big $25 word, and I don't want people to be disillusioned. You see what I'm saying? You know, because you'll end up being entrepreneur. And that ain't a cute look, okay? That is not cute, brain. So, again, you know, we talk about that and how to have turnkey approaches with your process. An entrepreneur is on the grind 24/7. You've got to make it happen. You've got to develop the contacts. You've got to get people to buy into you. You've got to promote yourself. You've got to get employees. You've got to get the check. You've got to go to the bank. You've got to pay your bills. And then you got to start all over again. It is a cycle. And you need to have a side hustle so that you got some little residual income coming in, you know, to offset that other stuff, because the struggle is real. And every time people ain't feeling you, just because, you know, you got a bright idea, that don't mean it's working for them. So that's, you know, that's some information that I have learned over the years. I've done everything. I've sold a lot of products. I've, you know, worked for great nonprofit organizations. But everywhere I've worked, I've always, you know, networked with the people, from the janitor to the payroll to the CEO. You know who you are working with. You can learn from everyone. Attitude is latitude, you know. Sometimes it's good to just be an employee and go get a check. You know, everybody don't have to try to run it. Everybody don't have to try to run it. So I've had some other great guests on my show that have talked really about the subconscious mind and neuro-linguistic programming. You know, erasing that self-negative talk, that echo, that noise in your head. Reaffirm it every day with that I am, you know, I am this, I am proud of myself, I am, you know, happy, I am powerful, I have $1 million in the bank. And let's talk a little bit about money. Don't get caught up on the money. The energy's got to be right. You've got to assess from looking at strategic planning and looking at it backwards. And what I mean by that is already see your outcome, and then worry about the methods and the resources, and the money is going to come. It can't help but fall in line. It's a natural law of order. Be happy, pay it forward, be grateful, share like you're sharing with me, I'm sharing with you, we're sharing with your brains, and, you know, the chef's about to come up here and cook it up. You know, so all of those things, you know, it's a combination of working together. We are a sphere. We need to move. We cannot be stagnant, and we can't be selfish. Don't tell people I can't, you know, pay for this or I don't do that. You got to make an investment. You know, because making investments returns big business. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So any more questions of me? I'm just sitting here. Just sitting here chatting away, girl. I'm forgetting that we got an audience.
No, you're good. So did you always know that you wanted to be a radio show host and you wanted to kind of do your own blog talk show?
No, let me tell you what happened. Well, again, like I said, I'm a spoken word poet. I've self-published the 3 books. Rico the Seagull was really a great book. It was the day of the BP oil spill, and I had just happened to see a bird a few days prior to that take a bath in a fountain. And after he took the bath, he swooped up and stole this woman's sandwich out of her hand. Long story short, I took my journal out and started penning a story, and I ended up with an environmental love story. It was just awesome. And then the other 2 books, one was with my brother Jesse Kirkland, who's been in the music and entertainment industry for over 30 years. We put together a rhythmic, poetic cliches. It's a great book, small statements that mean a lot. And then the 3rd book was Utter Magic, and it was a collection of 100 poems. So I've always been doing that, and I was a public orator and public speaker. I was taught by Toastmasters International. And shout out to Toastmasters International. If you have a fear or an apprehension of speaking out publicly, they're free. Teach you parliamentary procedures, how to reduce the filler words, ums, ahs, you knows, likes, whatevers, all of that. So with that combination, a friend of mine said, hey, baby girl, you know, I got this nationally syndicated radio shows. come on and lend your voice to it. Girl, I heard myself, and I knew I had arrived, okay? I was in my element. Yes, I love the questions. I love the people. I love the interaction. I love the silence, because now the conversation is just between me and you, And so you're, again, penetrating someone's brain, their mind, because they're listening to you audibly, and they're processing what you're saying. So here I am 7 years later. 22,000 people have tuned in to On the Edge with April Mahoney on Blog Talk Radio, and I am just over the moon, just the guests and the caliber of guests that are coming, the people that lend their time and share their information with my brains is just great. So, yeah, I figured it out real quick.
Yes. Wow. Was there any time in which you kind of doubted yourself or felt like, oh, Lord, am I doing the right thing, or... Did you ever have any doubt?
No, because you know what? If I don't believe in me, nobody else is going to believe in me. I can't give up on myself. I'm not doing that. That takes work.
Okay.
Okay. And again, it's that mindset. It's that neuro-linguistic programming. It's having that conversation in your head that I am and I can and I will and I do. And all of that other stuff, the fear and the anxiety and the self-doubt, that's a part of the process. If you don't understand pain, you're not going to enjoy pleasure.
Yes.
That's a part of the process. That's a part of the flow. Just know it's going to come. Don't be always chasing that happiness high. That's like crack cocaine. What's the next hit? What's going to make me happy? Is it some shoes? Is it a purse? Is it a man? Is it a new job? But learn to be in that state of being content and just be at peace. And then when you fall off, you know that there's another place that you will rise to. But you don't always have to try to plateau and try to, updo the next thing. Just try to be cool with it. And it'll be all right. Again, Blog Talk, anything you do is going to fall off. The money is not going to always come. That's why I told you have a side hustle. But when you're at that low time, that's time to edit and filter. That's time to, to mix it up a little bit. Find a new level of influence. Find a new crowd to go roll with. And so you'll get a different energy. Step outside your comfort zone. That's the time to do the work. I call it, I put this on my Facebook page all the time. I tell them, I'm planting them seeds and plucking them weeds.
I know that's right.
The chef, she's going to tell us all about that good eating and cooking and stuff and using them good herbs. But if it's not going to pour into you, you're not going to feed off of it, and you're not going to blossom and grow something organic, I ain't with it.
Okay. And so you have another business. You're the founder of A Good Person Productions. Can you tell me about that?
That's really the philanthropic arm and was a founding premise for what I do. It's really a social service organization. I do a lot of nonprofit work, be it high-end at the polo match or be it down sleeping literally on the streets of San Diego with the homeless. So I really try to give a hand up and a hand out. I utilize my show as a platform for people to come and stand and tell their story, to tell their truth, to be unique, to be resources, to sell their products, to sell their services, to highlight who they are and make who they are the differentiator than what they do. There's a lot of people in coaching. There's a lot of authors. There's a lot of entrepreneurs. But what's the differentiator? What is the thing that separates you from the pack? So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to highlight these people and encourage them to be conduits and bridges for other people to walk across. That's what, a good person actually encompasses is, having a good time, too, because we be partying over here in San Diego, absolutely, And again, we're going to do a whole series on music. I'm looking for athletes. I want to do a whole series on athletes, just everyday conversation, because the noise of the world is deafening, and I refuse to be an angry black woman. I'm not going to be distracted, LaShonda. I'm not going to. And I encourage all of our listeners not to be distracted. Keep your eye on the prize. That is how you're going to succeed at life, and that is how you're going to propel and excel at business. Keep your eye on the prize.
Okay. So before you started all of that, did you do a lot of reading or researching, or did everything kind of come natural to you? How did you fine-tune your gifts and your abilities?
Well, I'm from South Central L.A., so, you know, the hustler is born and raised.
That's
it's inbred.
right.
And I don't have a college degree. I have a high school diploma, but I have a plethora of resources and friends, and I'm a strong reader, an avid reader. I love to read different cultures. I love to travel. Me and my husband, Mr. Magnificent, that's what I call him. That's his code name, girl. That's my dude. But, yeah, we have been married for 34 years, and we've traveled the world, and we've really tried to immerse ourselves in cultures, and that has really been a great value add for me, because you can't put $1 on a life experience. You know?
That's right.
You can't. And so I try to work at it, and I try to be open to it, even if I don't agree. Just because I don't agree doesn't mean I have to be disagreeable. But it's a different perspective. It's opening yourself up to, you know, being big enough to at least hear it, edit and filter it, you know. And people say they don't judge. You know that ain't true. That's the only way that we're able to differentiate from, you know, what we know. It's a learned behavior. So sit with it, you know, marinate in it. But, again, you've got to be open to it, and that's what's wrong. Everybody is so polarized. It's disheartening.
Wow. And so what was I going to ask you? As far as challenges and obstacles, what are some of the biggest challenges and obstacles that you have faced thus far with getting, I guess, established in radio and as an author or anything? What are some of those challenges that you have faced?
Well, if I can touch you with this, is consistency. It's like baking a cake. You down in the Carolinas, y'all make some good cakes down there. Consistency is what makes the cake rise. If you say you're going to do something on your radio show and you have people that have crafted out that time to sit with you, then honor that. If you're going to be there on Wednesday, be there on Wednesday, or announce when you're going to be there. People sitting there waiting for you, you don't show up, your audience falls off. So consistency is very, very important. Authenticity. You know, show up who you are in the world. Don't try to be somebody that you're not. Be your true, authentic self. And so, again, it hasn't been a challenge for me because I am very extroverted and I like people. But, you know, again, how do you manage that personality with your guest? You know, how do you ask the right questions? How do you, you know, keep that flow? And then, two, how do you make some money? Because if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
That's right. That's
really,
right.
You know, and it's about business at the beginning of the day. I hate that cliche, at the end of the day. Girl, I ain't waiting till the end of the day. I'm trying to be up early in the morning. So, you know, you have the mindset right. When your feet hit the floor and you think you're creating your God for waking you up, it's time to go to work. And so that's some of the things that I have really seen that people have a challenge with. And not asking for help. But another thing is bartering and taking advantage. You have to make sure that it's a win-win. When you network with people and you go out, follow up. That is paramount. Why you get the card if you're not going to follow up? You know, people don't realize what a wealth of information they're sitting on just by revisiting their Rolodex. That's the low-hanging fruit. These are people you have already had a contact with, an interaction with. You shared a vibe with them. You've bought their kids, you know, Girl Scout cookies or whatever. So tell them, hey, give them a call. How you doing? What you doing? How you positioning yourself this year? You know, this is what I'm doing, yada, yada. Can we work together to create a win? You never know what's happening. These people already know you, girl. You're sitting on a pile of money and don't even know it. So you have to be serious about that. You know, you have to be serious about that. I don't want to run too short on time, but I would love to say a poem for your listeners, if you like, so I can share with you a little bit about my poetry vibe.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, how much time do we have?
We have about 5 more minutes.
All right, 5 more minutes. So let's start with being spent. Feeling like some good money that's just come and went. You know, after you've been with your lover, laid up limp. Or being released after 35 years for a crime you didn't even commit. You spent. Looking back at your salary increase of negative 18.5%. Then you look over at your spouse and they acting like a pimp. I told him he was just a butane lighter with no flint. I feel like a junkie with no cocaine. I'm dependent. I look like a brand new Benz with a big-ass dent. Then I'm broke because I lent my cousins some money for their rent. But what is it that has you doing these redundancies, these patterns, this nonsense, this corruption and contempt? What is your it? What makes you happy? What makes you smile? What makes you walk outside? What makes you drive in your car? What is your influence? Whatever it is, I want you to hold it and mold it and love it and anoint it and speak on it, fondle it and freak it. Even sometimes we're going to have to tweak it. Move it, groove it, sell it, loan it, store-bought, or organically grow it. You might have to step outside and smoke a cigarette on it, but pay attention. Stay on it, pray on it, overstand it, understand it, command it, and chant it. Chant it, chant it, chant it, demand it. Learn how to use it. Push it, pull it like your brain. Continuously move it. Feed it, knead it, prove it before you lose it. And LaShonda, be careful when you choose it. When you choose it, tell me now what you going to do with it and how you going to use it. Are you going to like it, love it, hurt it, or try to shoot it? Where you going to wear it? Are you going to share it? How often will you need it? You plan on feeding it, teasing it, and pleasing it? You're going to have to school it because you'll mess around and lose it. Some yahoo going to try to ride up behind you and try to screw it. But please, LaShonda, don't abuse it. And when will you need it? I'm so glad you let me be it. But I want your listeners to know that now that you got it, believe and trust in your heart and your soul that there ain't no stopping it. And I want to see you dropping it and rocking it and getting up and down on top of it, driving in and around the block in it. I want to see you dance with it, romance with it, shout, scream, holler at it, hitting it, licking it, tickling it, kissing it, ooh, through the podcast. Can y'all feel it? Loving every single minute of it. Be grateful and be thankful for whatever your it is. Thank you. Thank you, Brains. I love you guys.
Wow. Wow, that is amazing. So is that something that you usually just come up with, or is that something that is amazing? Have you published that, or?
Oh, yeah, and again, you can purchase a copy directly from me off of Facebook for either one of my books. They are still in circulation. And let me drop this to these authors. I hear so many times I interview authors that don't know how many books they sold. They don't sell their books. I have been selling my books from 2004. It is now 2018. That's how you sell 10,000 books out of the trunk of my car. It is for real. Wow. The information is brand new to the person who's never read it. Really? So just because you ain't excited about it no more. Last time I checked, they were still selling the Bible, the Quran, and the Torah.
That's
you know?
Right.
So keep selling your books. Keep getting excited about it everywhere you go. If you have 5 books, when you have an event, you need to have all 5 books of them there. And, be excited about it. Start a book club. The first book they read is yours. So we provide all of that information. You can get a copy of Utter Magic or Small Statements That Mean a Lot from me at A Good Person Productions, or you can go to my website and email me at info@agoodperson.biz. That's .biz.
Okay. And so as far as other strategies, or are there any other successful strategies that you would like to share with our radio audience?
Yes. Pay your taxes. I keeps it real with you, okay? Because it's nothing but a point and a click. It's no under-the-table anything. If you are in business, act like you're in business. You can't get a loan. You can't evaluate. You can't sell your business. You will be caught up in legal liability if you're commingling your little hustle with your bill money. You cannot be a jobby hobbyist. Pay your taxes. Set it up correctly. You will prosper. We still, well, at least as of today, live in the best country in the world. Pay your part. It's all right. It's okay. They print money every day. Extract that emotional attachment from that. Be smart and be wise. Invest. Watch your investment. Teach your children financial literacy. learn different currencies, cryptocurrency, world currency. That's very, very important if you're serious about your money. But again, I just encourage people to do that because they think they're getting away with something and they're getting themselves in a big old mess.
Wow. Now that is a diamond that you just dropped. Wow.
That's the truth.
Okay. Yes.
Girl, you know that gets you?
Yes.
How many celebrities and rich people have you seen? And how's the deal going down? They checking the money trail. Don't get it twisted. I go in certain financial institutions now, they won't even take a cash deposit.
Wow.
Okay? I ain't going to call them out. I don't want no haters on my back. But, yeah, you go into these major banks, and they won't take a cash deposit. They want a check. They want a paper trail. So, again, you only fooling yourself. Only fooling yourself.
Wow. And you've been in business for yourself for how long now?
Girl, forever. I remember selling now laters in kindergarten. I would get a pack of now laters and break them up, and after school, they'd be a quarter apiece.
Okay.
But but serious for a long time. And I have, you get your federal tax ID number and just separate that. Put a little bit of money to the side. If you're doing what you're saying you're doing, people say, I can get you to six figures, and they can't make $400 or $500 investment in promoting themselves. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at your authenticity. I need to see what I need to see from you exuding out of your pores. Don't tell me you're going to give me six and you ain't making 6 and 6.5, 7 figures. Come with it. That's just a bunch of jaw jacking. So I'm looking for a mirror reflection of what I want to see when I invest in you as a coach. I want to see your turnkey approach. I want to hear your testimonials. All of that when I'm giving you $3,500 and you're going to spend 3 to 6 months in my head. You got to take that seriously. It's about business. Now, if you just want to, save the world and be nice, that's fine. Then that's volunteering and missionary work. That's not business.
Wow. Okay. Now, do you have a mentor?
Several. And they change because I want to outgrow my mentor. I want different learnings from different people. People say, well, are you a coach? Okay, well, some people are, number one, not coachable. Number two, there's coaches that are still trainees. How many life experiences have they had? We're having different conversations now. I was talking to one woman, and she was telling me that she's a relationship counselor. And I was like, okay. I said, well, the conversation has changed with the relationships because now we're having same-sex marriages. We're having people that are having gender reassignment surgeries and things of that nature. Are you talking to them, or subconsciously in your mind, are you not wanting them to be together because of your beliefs? So you need to be able to define that and edit who your client is, what their needs are. You can't be everything to everybody because it's not going to work. So it's got to be a synergy. Again, seeing the outcome, seeing the success before you see the dollars is what's going to really kind of help you navigate through that.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you now, we are coming to the end of the show. Can you let the radio audience know how to get in contact with you, your social media handles, or what are some other ways that they can get in contact with you?
Oh, my God, I'm all over the planet. Thank you for asking. Okay, you can start by following my Facebook page. It is April Mahoney on Facebook. It is April's on the Edge on Twitter and Instagram. And follow me on Blog Talk Radio. Leave some comments. Have me some questions. I respond to you. I love to interact with you at www.blogtalkradio.com. That's blogtalkradio.com/April Mahoney. There's about 180 episodes. Again, everything from soup to nuts. I want you to be a brain. I want you to be informed. I want you to come and craft your story. Again, LaShonda, I think that you're doing a phenomenal job. I commend you, your professionalism, your drive, your ambition, and the work. It's not easy being a conduit for other people to come through and being a vessel that is going to be fluid. So I commend you for that, and I'm very, very proud of you.
Oh, thank you, Miss April. Well, it has been an honor to have you on the show. on this evening, and you have definitely blessed our ears and our brains.
Thank
And
you.
so I just want to thank you so much. God bless you in everything that you do. We're going to get ready to go to break, and then we will have Judith Cage at 7, around 7:30 or 7:31 coming back on. Let's go to break. Good evening, and welcome back to Inspire and Uplift Radio with LaShonda Oates Millsap. I am excited to have you listening in today. We are definitely going to inspire and encourage you to pursue your hopes, your dreams, and aspirations. We have our next phenomenal guest. Her name is Judith Cage, and I am so excited to have her on tonight. She is a chef, a business owner. She is a veteran, a volunteer, and a mother, and she is just a beautiful, beautiful person. She has appeared on the Food Network Chopped Military Salute Edition. She is just a phenomenal person in the Fayetteville community. Miss Judith Cage, are you there now?
Here, and I am excited to be here speaking with you on this evening.
Yes. How are you?
I am well. Life is good. I just got back off vacation. I'm feeling fresh. I'm ready to push on just a little bit further.
Yes, yes. Is there anything that you would like for the radio audience to know about you as far as where you're from? And I know that you have children or your mother. Can you tell me a little about yourself?
Yes, I am originally from Chicago, born and raised. I left at 17 years old because I wanted to go into the Army as a cook so I could be all that I could be, you know. And I've always had a love for cooking, and I've always loved people. And so I told my mom, I said, I want to go to the Army, you know, but I want to go as a cook. I didn't even know the different jobs and things like that. And so I went in as a cook, and the rest is history. I do have a 17-year-old daughter. She'll be graduating high school next year, so I will be officially an empty nester.
Oh.
So I have my moments, you know, where I'm kind of excited about it, but then it's like my baby is going out into the world, you know.
Yes, absolutely. And so you went into, you're originally from the Chicago area. You ended up in Fayetteville through the military, or how did you end up in Fayetteville, North Carolina?
You know what? I just ended up here. I'm still wondering how I got here. I have two sisters who are also military, and I moved here to be closer to family because I was living in Tampa, Florida, but I had no family there, no friends there, and being a chef is demanding hours and that type of thing, and so I moved here to be closer to family, and it's been 12 years now. But you know what?
Wow.
I have truly made the best of it. And in this 12 years, I started a business called Let Me Cater to You. I
Yes.
began to cater and offer personal chef service and all things food. And out of that, I've opened up 4 restaurants. And this has
Wow.
all been over a time span of 10 years. I've been in business as Let Me Cater to You for 10 years now, and I'm affectionately known as Chef Judy.
Okay.
And so I love women in business. I love entrepreneurship. I mean, I know the behind the scenes. I know what it takes. I know what it takes to become a success. And it's
Yes.
typically not an overnight thing. And that's
Yes.
what a
Yes.
lot of people don't get. Folks jump right in like, well, I just want to make money. Well, what you going to do those days when you don't make money? Because as an entrepreneur, every day is not going to be your best day.
Mm.
And
Wow.
so I feel like I'm here to give hope to those who desire to start a business, to give a little push to those who desire to start a business. And not all of it is business. Some of it is nonprofit. Some of it may be, whatever you're doing in your field. I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to be a sister. I'm here to push, and that's what I feel like we need more of. People that's gonna go even when you feel like you can't go. We all
Yes.
need somebody that's gonna continue to push us.
Yes, absolutely. And so with Let Me Cater to You, you specialize in comfort food as far as what kind of food is it that you specialize in?
Listen, I say I specialize in comfort food, which is just good food that make you feel like hugging somebody. One of my signature, one of my signature dishes is my spinach and cheese ravioli with grilled chicken breast and a butter supreme sauce.
Yes.
Everybody loves this dish. I'm talking. I don't care where I go, who you are, what you do. You're gonna love this dish. So just a
Wow.
little bit of everything. I have a pretty versatile background of cooking in the military and cooking in different states and the different areas I travel to. So I am also a foodie. And so I love to eat just as much as I love to cook. So I definitely I definitely love to, again, support small businesses. And so when I'm out and about in my travels and things like that, I'm always stopping at a mom and pop shop. I want to go to the place where the locals go. I want to, now those name brands, they're fine. I have no issues with those. I like those too. But I want to go to where the heart of the city is. And a lot of times it's found in those smaller shops. It's found in those folks who, they're not rich just yet, but they're still grinding. They're still working hard.
Yes, yes. And I definitely believe in what you're saying because I have definitely had some phenomenal food in some little small restaurants. They have the best food. And so, as far as you are concerned, have you had any formal, like, culinary training, or have you just kind of done your own thing and experimented and found out what works best? Because I know you have traveled to compete in the American Culinary Federation. Can you tell me a little bit about your background?
Yes. So listen, a lot of folks don't believe this, but I actually did not graduate culinary school, and I didn't
Wow.
pursue it because I've always landed another great job, and so I didn't find or I didn't make the time. However, I've been doing it professionally since I was 17 years old, and at this point, I've been cooking for 20 years. And I cook for fine dining. I've done some of the mom and pop. I've done buffet. So I'm still learning. I'm learning every day. I never want to stop learning, but I didn't get a chance to go to an institution. However, I learned a lot of my skills through the military. Going in at 17, I already was a good cook. Now I could be a bit biased and say that, but I was a pretty good cook. And so at 17, when I went to AIT, which is Advanced Individual Training through the military, I actually won Distinguished Honor Grad. And so, we're talking being one of the youngest in the class and, being attentive enough and wanting and willing to learn enough to say, whatever it takes, I'm going to do it. I want to be the best. I want to be one of the best cooks out there. And that was, that was some of that go-getter I had at a young age. And so it just never stopped. And I've continued to go. Now, I'll do some classes. I'll do continuing education, and I definitely travel and work with other chefs so that I can continue to learn. But I don't have the traditional training.
Okay. Well, I know that is definitely, that's definitely an encouragement to someone that just has the love for cooking, and some people are just natural at it. That's just, that's important to know that,
See, I'm trying to be humble right now, but I'm thankful because although I don't have a degree on my wall, it's in my heart.
Yes.
I do feel like I'm one of those naturals. I do feel like God has anointed my hands to do what I do. And not only am I able to, cook, which that was just my dream. That was my dream. But then I have a love for people. So I have a passion for food and then a love for people. You can't get no better doing what you love doing and you get paid for it.
Yes.
So those are things that it comes out of my heart, and my motto is I speak life through food. So whether that's telling my story, because I have plenty of stories. We've all been through things. We've all experienced things. And so I'm able to share my story, whether it's in a more serious way or whether I'm joking, because I love to joke. I love to make people laugh. And one of the reasons I do that is there's enough negativity out there.
That's right.
So if I have to be that person that can say, hey, I can still make you laugh, I can be professional, I can still be a businesswoman, and at the same time I can be myself, I love it, and I love my life.
Wow. Yes, and the title of your business, Let Me Cater to You. How did you come up with that? Because it sounds like what your philosophy for your business ties in with the title or name of your business. Is it something that just came to you, or?
Well, let me tell you, it did come to me. But I will tell you this: there was a song back in the day, and I say back in the day like it was so far long ago, but Beyonce and Destiny's Child had a song called Let Me Cater to You, right? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. Now listen, they were talking about catering to their man. All these things that they would do, in my mind, which was saying that they would do to please him. So I took it and put a spin on it because I want to cater to people, and I want to literally cater to them. Meaning, whatever it's going to take to please them, whatever it takes to make them happy, whatever it takes to make their day, that's what I'm going to do. And I feel like I live up to that name.
Wow.
I feel like it's very fitting and very appropriate. So I cater a lot of weddings. I cater almost every weekend in the year. I have some downtime, and I've been intentional about taking a little bit more time, for myself, because I'm on this this self-care kick right now. And so I'm intentional about taking care of myself. But for the most part, I work because that's what I know to do. I work because it's what I love. And I'm not going to say that it don't, some people say, I would do it for free or, that type of thing. I don't want to do it for free. I don't want to do it for free. This is how I make a living,
That's right.
And so I'm able to do that. And again, having 4 locations, I just wish I could make one more of myself, but I can't. That would be nice. But I get a lot of great support, and for that, I'm appreciative. For that, I'm thankful, and for that, I'm grateful.
Yes, and I love, love, love your personality. You have a great sense of humor. I think you're a comedian. I read your posts sometimes, and they are hilarious.
So
they are
what?
so witty, yes.
I think if I wasn't a chef, I might have to jump on the stage because I got some jokes. I've been working on them.
Absolutely.
I just sit up, and the funny thing is I make myself laugh. Like, I can just be thinking thoughts and just laugh, but I have so much that I could be not happy about. I have so much that could have taken my joy. I have so much that, could have left me distraught. But instead, I'm able to smile and bring happiness to others, And in this last 5.5 years, I lost my dad to cancer. I suffered 2 miscarriages. I lost my mom to a tragic car accident 4 years ago. And then I went through a divorce. Now, that's enough to make you kind of want to cry.
Yes.
But I still have my joy,
Amen.
And so I'm able to still laugh. I'm able to still show people that you can still live your life. You can still push on past, things that you go through. You can still live your life, And
yes, absolutely.
The good thing about that is I don't have to seek validation in other people. So I'm able to make myself laugh and just be myself without feeling like, oh boy, I want them to like me. I want this. I want that. I'm just myself, and being myself, I'm able to draw others. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
And so one of the things that I feel in my heart is my why fuels my passion. And my why is I have so much to live for. My why is I have a daughter, a beautiful daughter, and I'm not just saying it because she's mine, but she's a great kid. I'm thankful for that, My why is I have other folks that depend on me to make it, because guess what? If I don't, they may lose hope. And so now I'm just on this, like I was saying about not needing validation from other people. One of the things that I've learned is if you put your validation in people's hands, you'll have to go back to them. You have to keep going back to get validated and keep going, Instead, work on just building you a team. Work on making sure you have a solid team, because many times people will say, well, Chef Judy, how you do it? You have 4 locations, you cater, you offer a personal chef service, you helping out in the community, you here, you're there. Every time I look up, you're somewhere. I've built a great team, and not too many people can say that.
That's right.
And this is something else I learned, that, first of all, I don't want to build a dream by myself. I want to deal with other people. We should all kind of want to deal with other people, because you know what ends up happening? When you do that, you don't have to get them, you don't have to make them buy into your business. when you're helping them and it's a team effort, you don't have to make them. They'll do it because they want to see you succeed. They'll do it because, they know you'll have their back when it's their time to go. So
wow.
I'm just loving life.
Yes, and you know what? And with you losing your parents like that, I know they have to be exceptionally proud of you. You are definitely leaving the legacy, and they have implanted some wonderful stuff in you, and I am so proud of you. And so I felt like because I was proud of you, and I know that the other things that you are doing, I felt like, okay, she would be absolutely wonderful for my show because that's what it's about. It's about encouraging others to pursue their dreams and everything else. And so, did you always picture yourself being an entrepreneur and always having your own business, or did it just something? Was it something that kind of evolved?
It was something that kind of evolved. I knew entrepreneurship was in my blood because my parents were entrepreneurs, even though
Mhm.
both of my parents were also military, but they were
Oh.
entrepreneurs. And so it was in me, and you know how something, if it's in you, it's got to come out,
Mhm.
and so I was working at a university, and I was a catering chef. I got promoted, and now I'm the production manager. I have 60 employees up under me with 60 different issues and 60 different problems. Well, I was going over the numbers one day, and I was like, wait a minute, I help make the company a lot of money. Now, I wasn't mad, I wasn't jealous, and I wasn't hating. But one thing I did say was, well, if I was able to help make this, if I made a quarter of this on my own, I would be satisfied. And you know what God
Mhm.
did? Gave me the
He opened
vision,
up a door.
opened up the door. I taught myself a few things. I put together my website. I was still working full time, but then I began to work my business part time or a little bit here and there. You know what else I did? I began to purchase equipment. With this check, I purchased my small wares. With this check, I purchased some other items I need. With this, so by the time I put my notice in, because I gave a 30-day notice, I wanted to be fair because you got to leave the right way. You know,
Mhm.
you leave places the right way. You never know who you're gonna meet. Well, what ended up happening with me leaving the right way, I left with
Mhm.
everything that I needed, so the resources, but then some of those same clients that I was catering for through the university then became my clients, you know, and so I was able to make exactly what I wanted to for that first year, and it matched my salary, and that's all I wanted. I said the first year if I matched my salary, I would be satisfied, and God did that. So, and some
Wow.
things just it began to fall in line, and I never even dreamt of opening restaurants and that type of thing. Those are things that just kind of happened along the way. All I wanted to do was cater, go watch the Maury during the day, and hang out. And doors began to open. And guess what? As they opened, I walked right on through them. And as I began to walk through them, I started shattering glass ceilings. You know, I don't know a female that's doing what I'm doing right now. And when I
You're
say
right.
that, I mean have government contracts, state contracts, and this is all in food service, you know.
Mhm.
And so for that, I feel like I'm here to pave the way for others. And so that's kind of how I get my blessings by not being selfish, you know, selfish with information, selfish with, you know, how, the who, the where, the why, you know. And
Okay.
so,
So if there is a young chef out there, an aspiring chef, what kind of advice would you give them? Because we're getting ready to round out our show. What kind of information or what would you like to uh, encourage them to do, or what steps should they take in order to kind of like follow in your footsteps, or kind of do a similar thing that you're doing, or do their own brand of things? What would you recommend?
Definitely getting a mentor. That is so important because 9 times out of 10, there is someone out there that's doing what you want to do or what you have a desire to do. Definitely get a mentor, follow someone and learn. Never stop learning and be ready. And when I say be ready, I mean have your mind right, have your feet right. Being a chef and being in business, you on your feet, you're talking to people. Be personable. Nobody want to do business with you if you have a nasty attitude, a terrible disposition. Be personable. Like, make people love you. And that's been one of the keys to my success is people love the person that I am, so therefore they buy into my product, my service. And keep going no matter what, because life's going to hit you. You just got to get up and keep going.
Yeah, and it sounds like life kind of sent you some challenges, but you've used it to propel it, to propel your dreams and make yourself go on further. And so to me, that is absolutely amazing. So in the last couple of minutes of our show, can you let the radio audience know how to get in contact with you, what your social media handles are, and just some information in order to get in contact with you?
Listen, if you want to get in contact with me, definitely reach out to me on Facebook at either Judith Cage or Chef Judy. Type in Chef Judy, it's going to pop up. You can reach out to any of my Let Me Cater to You pages. I do have about 4 of them, but they all link directly to me. That's Let Me Cater to You. You can contact our catering coordinator, which is LaDonna. She also serves as our assistant, and her number is 910-303-9707. You can visit our website at www.letmecatertoyou.net, and that's all spelled out, letmecatertoyou.net. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Chef Judy. Make sure you reach out if you have any questions. If there's anything I can do to send you resources or to send you help, make sure you let me know. If you're looking for a job and you're a hard worker, let me know that as well.
All right. Well, I might need some personal chef information or a little nice. I need to fine tune my cooking a little bit, so I just might be in contact with you. But I just want to thank you for being a featured guest on Inspired Uplift Radio with LaShonda Oates Millsap. You are a blessing, and keep on doing your thing, and God will continue to bless you. Like I told you, your parents, I know they have to be absolutely proud of you, and along with your daughter. You are a wonderful example for others, and just God bless you.
Thank you so much, Ms. LaShonda. I appreciate the opportunity, and I wish you much success as well.
Thank you. Well, radio audience, we are going to end our show on tonight. Thank you for joining me on this Wednesday. You have a wonderful rest of the week, and God bless you. Goodbye.